I did not do anything wrong. That is what my girlfriend texted me after I caught her cheating, so I responded by never speaking to her again. Like, literally never. No arguments. No explanations. No closure. Just complete silence. I am Caspian, 28. Work as a mechanical engineer at a manufacturing plant outside Detroit. Been dating this girl Veronica for almost 2 years. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but honestly thought we were solid. We had talked about moving in together, planned some weekend trips to Chicago and Nashville, all that serious relationship stuff that makes you think you are building something real. Then, about 4 months ago, she started acting different. Less texting during the day, shorter responses when she did reply, random excuses to cancel our usual Friday night dinners. I kept asking if everything was okay, and she'd just say she was swamped at work or exhausted from covering extra shifts. She is a dental hygienist at this fancy practice downtown, so I figured maybe they were genuinely busy. Looking back, I was being a fucking idiot. But when you love someone, you make excuses for the red flags, because the truth is scarier than the lies. One Friday night in early September, she told me she was going to dinner with her college roommate, Ashley, who was visiting from Cleveland. I said sounds fun and decided to stay home. Catch up on some Netflix shows I had been putting off. But something felt off about the way she said it. Usually when she hung out with Ashley, she would be all excited, talking about where they would go, what they would catch up on. This time she seemed almost rehearsed, like she had practiced the story. Around 9 p.m., I started feeling restless. I had been cooped up in my apartment all day working on some CAD drawings for a project due Monday, and my brain needed a break. There is this new rooftop coffee place called Elevation that opened downtown about a month ago. Perfect excuse to get some fresh air. I threw on my Detroit Lions hoodie, grabbed my keys, and drove downtown. Found parking right across from the building, took the elevator up 2 flights to the rooftop level. The place was dimly lit with string lights. Had that trendy industrial vibe going on. I scanned the space looking for an empty table when my entire world just fucking collapsed. There, at a corner table by the railing, was Veronica. She was holding hands across the table with some guy I had never seen before in my life. Not just casual hand-holding either, the intimate kind where their fingers were interlocked and they were leaning into each other like they were sharing secrets. She was laughing at whatever he was saying, that genuine laugh she used to save for me. The one that made her scrunch up her nose. This dude looked like he stepped out of a magazine. Clean cut, probably worked in finance. Definitely hit the gym regularly. Everything I was not. I just stood there in the doorway feeling like someone had reached into my chest and ripped my heart out through my throat. My first instinct was to march over there and cause the biggest scene that place had ever seen. Flip their fucking table, demand answers. Make her explain herself in front of Loverboy and everyone else. But something stopped me. Maybe it was shock, maybe it was pride, but I realized I did not actually want to hear her lies. I did not want to give her the chance to gaslight me or make excuses, or somehow turn this into my fault. I had seen everything I needed to see, so I pulled my hood up, bought a large black coffee, like nothing happened, and walked back to my car. Sat in the driver's seat for 20 minutes, just staring at the steering wheel, waiting for the anger to hit. But it never came. Just this weird, empty feeling, like my emotions had been switched off. When I got home, I did something I had never done before. I opened up Instagram and started systematically erasing her from my life. Photos of us together, screenshots of cute texts, videos from trips we had taken, all of it went straight to the digital trash can. Then I went through my phone and deleted our entire text conversation history. Every good morning, beautiful message, every inside joke, every I love you, gone. Then I blocked her number, blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, removed her from my Netflix account, Spotify Family Plan, Amazon Prime, anywhere she had access to my life. I cut her off. No explanation, no dramatic farewell message, just complete digital silence. The weird part is how methodical it felt. Like I was following some kind of protocol I did not know I had. Usually, when I am pissed off, I want to break something or at least call my buddy Trevor and vent. But this was different. I felt disconnected, like I was watching someone else clean house. Next morning, Saturday, I woke up around 10 to 3 missed calls and 2 text messages from a number I did not recognize. First, text. Hey, did you block me? What is going on? Second one, a few hours later. Why are you being so weird? I did not do anything wrong. That second message made something dark twist in my stomach. I did not do anything wrong, like I was some paranoid psycho imagining things. I screenshotted both messages, then blocked that number too. Went to the gym, did my usual routine, grabbed lunch at this Mexican place I like. Felt good to stick to normal patterns while my life imploded. But what happened the next week made me realize that my silence was about to become a much bigger problem than I thought. Update 1 work had me pulling doubles this week. Finally got time to write this update. Still processing everything that has happened. So after I blocked that second number, I figured Veronica would get the hint and leave me alone. Instead, she decided to escalate in ways I never saw coming. Monday morning, I get to work, and my supervisor Janet calls me into her office. She looks uncomfortable as hell. Caspian, someone called the main office Friday afternoon asking about you. Said it was a family emergency and they needed to reach you urgently. My stomach dropped. What did you tell them? I said we do not give out employee information to random callers. But if it was really an emergency, they should try contacting you directly. The person seemed frantic. Said you were not answering your phone and they were worried something had happened to you. It was not family, I said. Just someone I do not want to talk to anymore. Janet studied my face. Everything okay at home? You have seemed off this week. Just dealing with some personal stuff. I am fine, but I was not fine. The fact that she was calling my workplace meant she was getting desperate, and desperate people do stupid shit. Tuesday afternoon, my buddy Trevor texts me, "Yo, some girl just followed me on Instagram and started DMing me about you. Says she is worried because you not answer your phone. What is the deal?" I called him during my lunch break. It is Veronica. We broke up and she not accepted. Damn, what happened? I thought you guys were solid, caught her cheating. Found her with another dude at that new coffee place downtown. Holy shit, man. Why did not you confront her? Because I did not want to hear her lies. Sometimes you see something and you just know, you know? Trevor was quiet for a second. That is cold as fuck. But I get it. Want me to tell her to back off? Just do not tell her anything. Do not even respond to her messages. You got it, brother. Wednesday night, I am at home installing a new graphics card when someone starts pounding on my door. Not knocking, pounding. Like they are trying to break it down. I look through the peephole and it is Veronica. She looks like she has not slept in days, hair messy, wearing sweatpants and an oversized hoodie, eyes red and puffy. But there is something in her expression that makes my blood run cold. She does not look sad. She looks angry. Really fucking angry. Caspian, I know you are in there. Your car is in the parking lot. She pounds again. Harder this time. Open this door right now. We need to talk. I sit on my couch and turn up the television volume. She keeps pounding and yelling for about 15 minutes. Then I hear Mrs. Patterson is door open. She is this sweet old lady who lives across the hall. Young lady. It is almost midnight. You need to stop this right now or I am calling the police. He is being fucking ridiculous. Veronica's voice is getting hysterical. He just disappeared. After 2 years, he not even tell me what I did wrong. Well, this certainly is not the way to fix anything. Mrs. Patterson says firmly, you need to leave before I call the cops. I hear footsteps stomping down the stairs, then a car door slamming hard enough to shake my windows. Thursday morning, I wake up to 17 missed calls from 6 different numbers, all between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. I do not listen to the voicemails. I just block all the numbers and go to work. But that evening, things took a turn that made me realize I might have seriously underestimated what I was dealing with. My downstairs neighbor Carlos knocks on my door around 8 p.m. He looks uncomfortable. Hey man, sorry to bother you, but there was this chick here earlier asking questions about you. Wanted to know your work schedule, what time you usually get home, stuff like that. My heart started racing. What did you tell her? Nothing. Man, seemed sketchy as hell. She was real pushy about it. Kept insisting she was your girlfriend and just wanted to surprise you. But something felt off, you know. She is not my girlfriend. We broke up and she not leave me alone. Carlos nodded. Yeah, I figured. She seemed a little intense. Might want to be careful, bro. That night I barely slept. I kept thinking about the look in her eyes when she was pounding on my door. It was not the look of someone who was heartbroken. It was the look of someone who was losing control. Friday morning, I am getting ready for work when my phone rings. Unknown number, but I recognize the area code. It is my sister, Emma, calling from Portland. 'Cause what the hell is going on? Some woman called me last night saying you were missing and she was worried about you. How did she get your number? I have no idea. She knew details about you, about us, stuff that creeped me out. Said you two had been dating for 2 years and you just vanished without explanation. She was crying, saying she was afraid something bad had happened to you. I felt that dark twist in my stomach again. Listen to me carefully. That was my ex-girlfriend. We broke up because I caught her cheating. Everything she told you was a lie. If she calls again, hang up and block the number. Jesus. Kaz. She seemed so genuinely upset. Why would she lie about something like that? Because she is not okay, like mentally not okay. That afternoon, I am leaving work when I see a familiar car in the parking lot. Veronica is silver Honda Civic, parked right across from the main entrance where she had a clear view of everyone coming and going. She was sitting in the driver's seat, just watching. When she saw me, she got out of the car and started walking toward me. That is when I realized this whole situation was about to get a lot more fucked up than I ever imagined. Update 2, my phone has been going crazy since yesterday. Finally got a chance to sit down and write this. Holy shit, you guys. This whole thing has gone completely off the rails. So when I saw Veronica getting out of her car in my work parking lot, every instinct I had was telling me to run. But I am not about to sprint across a parking lot like some scared little kid. Instead, I kept walking toward my truck, keys ready. She intercepted me about 20 feet from my vehicle, Caspian. Her voice was eerily calm. Too calm. We need to talk. No, we do not, I said. Not stopping, get away from me. UCA, not just pretend, I do not exist. She stepped directly in front of me, blocking my path. I deserve an explanation. You deserve nothing from me. I tried to walk around her, but she moved to block me again. I know you saw me with Brett. That stopped me cold. So she knew I had seen them together. She knew exactly why I had cut contact. But she had been playing dumb this whole time. Then you know why we are done, I said. It is not what you think. Brett and I are just friends. We were talking about you, actually, about how to help you with your anger issues. I stared at her. My anger issues. You have been so controlling lately. So jealous. Brett is a therapist. I was asking him for advice on how to help you. The audacity of this lie was breathtaking. I actually started laughing, which seemed to throw her off. You are unbelievable, I said, pushing past her toward my truck. That is when she grabbed my arm, hard. Her nails dug into my skin through my work shirt. Do not you dare walk away from me, she hissed. After everything I have done for you, everything I have put up with, you do not get to just disappear. I looked down at her hand on my arm, then back at her face. For the first time since this whole thing started, I felt genuinely afraid, not of her physically, but of what she was capable of. Let go of me, I said quietly. Not until you listen to me. Let go of me right fucking now. She held on for another few seconds, staring at me with this wild look in her eyes. Then she released my arm and stepped back. This is not over, she said. UK, not treat people like this and just walk away. I got in my truck and drove home, checking my rearview mirror the whole time to make sure she was not following me. That night, things escalated beyond anything I could have prepared for. Around 11 p.m., I am in bed scrolling through my phone when I hear voices outside my apartment building. I look out my window and there is Veronica in the parking lot with 2 other people. A woman I do not recognize and a guy who looks like he could bench press my truck. They are talking in hushed voices and gesturing toward my building. The big guy has something in his hand that looks like a crowbar. I grab my phone and call 911. 911. What is your emergency? There are people outside my apartment building with what looks like a weapon. I think they are planning to break in. The dispatcher takes my information and says, units are on the way. I stay on the line, watching from my window as Veronica and her friends approach the main entrance. They are testing the door, seeing if it is locked. 5 minutes later, 2 police cruisers pull into the parking lot with their lights flashing. Veronica and her crew immediately scatter, but the cops catch up to them before they can reach their cars. I watch from my window as the officers question them. There is a lot of pointing and gesturing. The big guy is getting agitated, raising his voice. Eventually, the cops separate them and start talking to each person individually. 20 minutes later, there is a knock on my door. It is one of the officers, a middle-aged guy with tired eyes. "Mr. Stevens, I am Officer Rodriguez. We got your call about suspicious activity. What did they say they were doing here?" The woman, is her name Veronica Thompson. She says she is your girlfriend and was worried because you have not been answering your phone. Says she brought friends to check on your welfare. She is not my girlfriend. We broke up weeks ago and she will not leave me alone. She has been harassing me, calling my work, my family, showing up here at all hours. Officer Rodriguez took some notes. The male subject was carrying a tire iron. Says they were worried your door might be locked and you might be unconscious inside. That is bullshit and you know it. I am inclined to agree with you. We have seen this pattern before. Ex-partners who will not accept that the relationship is over. Have you filed any formal complaints? Not yet. I was hoping she would give up and leave me alone. My advice? Document everything. Keep records of every contact attempt. Every time she shows up somewhere she should not be. If this escalates further, you will want that evidence. After the cop left, I could not sleep. I kept thinking about the look in Veronica's eyes when she grabbed my arm in the parking lot, and the fact that she would brought back up made me realize this was not just about winning me back anymore. This had become something else entirely. Something darker. Saturday morning, I wake up to a text from a number I do not recognize. "You called the cops on me." Really, after everything we have been through? I screenshot it and block the number. Then I get another text from a different number. "You think you are so smart, but I know things about you that would destroy your life." That one made my blood run cold. What things? What was she talking about then, Sunday afternoon? I found out exactly what she meant when my buddy Trevor called me in a panic. "Final update, been off work this week dealing with all this shit. Figured I owed you guys a final update since so many of you have been following this nightmare." So Sunday afternoon, Trevor calls me freaking out. "Dude, you need to get on Facebook right now. Search for your name." I open Facebook and search Caspian Stevens Detroit. The first result that pops up is a post from some account I have never seen before. The profile picture is just a black square, and the name is Concerned Friend. The post has a photo of me from my company's website and reads, "Warning, this man is Caspian Stevens, a dangerous stalker and abuser in the Detroit area. He has been harassing and threatening multiple women. He works at Automotive Solutions Manufacturing on 8 Mile Road. Please share to keep other women safe." The post had been shared 43 times in less than 24 hours. I am staring at my phone in complete disbelief when it starts ringing. My supervisor, Janet, "Caspian, I need you to come in tomorrow morning. We have received some concerning calls about you over the weekend." What kind of calls? People saying you are dangerous, that you have been stalking women. There is apparently something circulating on social media. We need to discuss this in person. I spent Sunday night awake, going down the rabbit hole of fake social media profiles, all posting variations of the same story. I was apparently a serial stalker who preyed on young women. There were fake testimonials from victims describing how I had threatened them, followed them home, tried to break into their apartments. All complete fiction, but detailed enough to seem believable. Monday morning, I am in Janet's office with HR Director Linda Martinez and some guy from corporate I would never met. "Caspian, these are very serious accusations," the corporate guy said. "We have had 17 people call or email about you since Friday. Customers, vendors, even some employees' family members. It is all fake," I said. "This is my ex-girlfriend trying to ruin my life because I broke up with her. Do you have any proof of that? How do you prove someone is making up lies about you?" I showed them the blocked numbers, the screenshots of her texts, the police report from the parking lot incident, but it was not enough. "We are going to have to suspend you pending an investigation," Linda said. "This kind of publicity could seriously damage the company's reputation, so I am being punished because someone is telling lies about me online. It is temporary. If we can verify that these claims are false, you will be reinstated with full back pay." I walked out of that building knowing my career was probably over. Even if they eventually cleared me, who wants to hire the guy who had stalking rumors follow him around? Tuesday, I am at home researching lawyers when someone knocks on my door. I look through the peephole and my blood runs cold. It is the guy from the coffee shop, the clean-cut finance bro who was holding hands with my girlfriend. He is standing there in a polo shirt and khakis, looking nervous as hell. My first instinct is to pretend I am not home, but rage wins out. I open the door but keep the chain lock on. "What the fuck do you want?" I say through the crack. "Are you Caspian?" he asks. Like he does not already know. "I know exactly who you are. You are the piece of shit who was with my girlfriend. That is what I need to talk to you about. I am Brett Morrison, and I think we both got played." "Wait, what the hell, man? Are you kidding me?" "Look, I know this is fucked up, but I think we need to talk about what Veronica has been doing. I am not interested in hearing your side of the story, man. She has been doing the same thing to me that she has been doing to you," he said quickly. "The fake social media posts, the harassment, all of it. That stopped me cold." "What are you talking about? Can I come in, please? I am pretty sure she is having me followed." Every logical part of my brain was screaming not to trust this guy, but curiosity won out. I let him in. Brett sat on my couch looking exhausted. "She told me you guys broke up months ago. Said you were her crazy ex who would not leave her alone." "We never broke up. I saw you two together and just disappeared." "Jesus Christ. She has been playing both of us." Turns out Brett had met Veronica on a dating app 8 months ago. She told him she was single, recently out of a relationship with someone controlling and unstable. They had been casually dating ever since. When I started asking about her schedule, why she was only available certain days, she got defensive, Brett said. When I suggested taking a break, she lost it completely. Started the same harassment campaign she is running on you. Brett had hired a private investigator who found Veronica had pulled this same pattern across 3 different states. Multiple arrests for stalking in Ohio, restraining orders in Illinois. She had been doing this for years. "I have been in contact with 4 other guys she targeted," Brett said. "Same pattern every time." Long story short, we decided to coordinate with the other victims and go to the police together. Having multiple people with identical stories and documented evidence made a difference. 3 weeks later, Veronica was arrested on multiple felony charges, criminal harassment, identity theft, filing false police reports. The evidence was overwhelming, once all her victims came forward together. She took a plea deal to avoid trial, got 18 months in county jail, 5 years probation, and court-ordered psychological counseling. She is also required to pay restitution to cover the legal fees and lost wages for everyone she targeted. Her dental hygienist license got revoked. The fake social media posts about me got taken down, and my company reinstated me with full back pay once the criminal charges were filed. Brett and I are not friends or anything, but we text occasionally, mostly just checking in, making sure neither of us has heard from her again. It has been 6 months since her sentencing. I changed my phone number and moved to a different apartment across town. Have not heard anything from her since the arrest. My life has gotten back to normal. Mostly, still do not feel like dating anyone, but that is probably smart for now anyway. Work has been good, actually got promoted to senior engineer last month. The weird part is how quiet everything feels now. I got so used to looking over my shoulder, checking for unknown numbers, wondering what crazy shit was going to happen next. Now it is just normal life again. Sometimes I think about that night at the coffee shop, wondering what would have happened if I had confronted her right there. Probably would have saved everyone a lot of trouble. But then again, maybe not. At least this way it all came out in the open and she CA not do it to anyone else for a while.